Hi, John.
Hi, Hubba.
Explain what you do in one sentence.
Earthware is a return for reuse takeout container service for restaurants, hotels, grocery.
Tell me, John, how does an Earthware cycle work?
The way that it works is people become members of Earthware, and then they request our restaurants to package their food in our containers. Containers come to your house from the restaurant, whether you pick it up or it's delivered, and then we can come to you to pick them up after, or there's lots of community bins. We take them to our wash facility, we wash them, sanitize them, and then restock the restaurants and start again.
Very nice. That sounds so interesting.
Yeah.
How did you decide to do this?
Well, during pandemic, as a lot of ideas started, was we were just finishing off another business that we had sold, and ordered a bunch of food, and I think that everybody's ordered food, and just looked at all the stuff that you got and had that sinking feeling that maybe the plastic wasn't being recycled and the compostable stuff wasn't being composted, and very quick search on the internet showed that that is actually the case in a lot of the time. So we looked around the world to see if somebody had solved it, and sure enough, there's places all over the world that have had that have reusable container services, but Calgary and Edmonton and lots of Canadian cities don't, and so we're starting one.
Agreed. This is the first time I've heard of something so incredible. So here's a fun question. Have
Great.
you ever dreamt about food, and what was your dream?
Yeah, so I have a recurring dream, and this is a weird one, but whenever I'm thinking in a dream or sitting in between waiting for something to happen, I'm often eating toast. And toast is one of my favorite meals, there's no doubt. I love bread with butter and jam on it, and so toast is in my dreams.
Wow.
And in my life.
Very nice. What is your favorite kind of toast?
Well, I hate to say it, but I love some white bread with lots of butter and strawberry jam.
Very nice. That sounds so appetizing.
I know.
So, what are you most excited about in the food sector?
You know, staying on topic for the reusables, one of my, I guess one of the companies that I really admire, and there's lots of these, but there's one called Prologix, and they've built a reusable system. So when food used to get from farms to manufacturing or production, it was on pallets, often cardboard boxes, but these guys have they've rethought the entire process of doing that, and now it's all done everywhere around the world in reusable containers. So they build huge packing containers for all of the strawberries, eggs, and those sorts of things. Then they go to the manufacturing or the packaging, and then those are sent back, they're washed and reused again. And just about everywhere in the world, they've built infrastructure for it, and that's, I admire that a lot.
Very cool. So, let's say your toast dream is savory. What would you pick, Sriracha or Tabasco on it?
Well, I would go, I don't know if I'd put it on toast, but I like Sriracha. It just has a little bit more flavor for me. But
too.
my son, who's 17, he loves Tabasco. So that's an interesting difference.
Very nice. What is your favorite restaurant in Calgary?
I don't have a favorite. I would say, making a plug, all of the 40 to 50 restaurants that use Earthware, they're my favorites because they're going out of their way to do something special to help us out, but also to help out the planet and stop stuffing landfills full of takeout garbage.
Very nice. So this looks like a pretty robust container. I wonder how many times it can be used.
Yeah, so we have 7 different types of containers that the restaurants, grocery stores, and those choose from. They're rated to last about 1,000 times, and they're super durable, really thick plastic, and so, you know, somewhere around 1,000 times is what we expect. The places that we're finding they actually break apart are in the seams, and so we may not be getting 1,000, but we're getting in the high hundreds of uses.
That sounds very, very interesting. So what's even more interesting is I've heard you can adopt a container and see it go through its cycle? How can I do that?
Yeah, so we have online, we have a couple of ways that you can support Earthware and the restaurant. One of the restaurants, but one of them is the Adopt the Container program. I don't have it on here, but we will laser etch on the side your name, and so 1,000 people are going to see your company's name or whatever each time it goes through. And it's been pretty popular. We think it's going to be big at Christmas time as well, but it'll just say whatever you want plus your name on it. And so, you know, friends of the environment, that sort of thing. And it's pretty cool, laser etching. It looks really nice. Some of the bigger containers, we use a sticker, a vinyl sticker that doesn't come off. But yeah, it's been pretty popular. Very
cool. That reminds me of 80s wine bottles.
Right. Yeah, or remember the Coke bottles you could get your name on, and people really like it. When I grew up downtown Calgary, when they were building the new city hall, you could buy a brick, and my dad bought a brick with my name on it and my two sisters' names on them. So it's kind of not a new idea, but it's a cool idea to support it.
Thanks, John. So it seems like you're at a restaurant that you work with.
That's right.
Very cool. Last question. There are 10 seconds that you have to share anything at all with anyone that's watching this. What would you like to share?
10 seconds. God, I'll use it up just saying 10 seconds. Anyway, two things. One is, if you find one of our containers, you have them, please return them. The idea is to return them. I know they're great, but we need them back. The other one is that we've had, like I said, there's about 50 restaurants and other people who are supporting Earthware. They're local restaurants. They've had a tough time. Please support local restaurants. And if you can, don't use a delivery service. Go and pick up your food.
Thanks very much.